Hey, Tubies! It's Psychic Bob. It is so rocking to be with you guys. I tell you, it's Monday. You know, normally I hate Mondays. I'm like, oh, Monday. But today I woke up feeling charged, feeling energized. And I said, we got to get horoscopes out. Well, you know how it is when you wake up energized, you get into 20 other projects. I meant to get these two early this morning, but I got into everything. But here we are nonetheless. By the way, thought I'd show you. You guys, like last week, I was wearing one of my Gucci shirts. And I have a whole collection nowadays of Gucci. This is my newest one. I don't think I've shown it to you guys. Check this out. Is this cool? It's a Gucci shirt, and it's got the snake on it. And you and I, of course, know that the snake in the pagan tradition is the sign of wisdom. It represents the goddess and her knowledge. So anyways, thought you guys would like to see that. I am not being endorsed by Gucci, but I have to tell you, I just really love their style. So I am so glad you guys are here. Anyways, you know, today we're going to spin around our big Zodiac wheel. That's what we do on Monday. I want to give a big shout out, first of all, also to all of our new subscribers. We've had a lot of new people this last few weeks, and I want to welcome you to Spirit Channel. And if you're just tuning in here, this is something that we do every Monday. I put out horoscopes. We have Horoscopes Monday. So you can come here and get your own horoscope. We're going to give an overview of all the major transits that are going on in the stars this week, and then we'll cover individual horoscope signs. So definitely keep with us here, okay? Well, we're going to spin around our wheel, and we got a lot to talk about today. I tell you now, you know, this is going to be one of those weeks. And you know, guys, I like to be honest. I can't sugarcoat everything. Going to be a little challenging this week. Now, don't let that scare you and send you into panic, because, you know, as I always say, remember, when the stars are spinning, that means power is always available. So we're going to go through and talk about what's going on. Well, by the way, let me tell you, these horoscopes, this video covers the date ranges Monday, April 9th, 2018 through Sunday, April 15th, 2018. Okay, so Monday through Sunday is how we're running it here, okay? Well, here we are starting on Monday, and we've got our sun in Aries. And, you know, I love Aries. Aries energy is like super high-powered here. Hold on, where are we? There, Aries. Aries is the ram, okay? So our sun right now is in Aries, and our moon is in Aquarius. And you know what that means? That's a lot of power, because fire and air stimulate each other. Okay, so we're starting off of the week with a lot of energy. However, don't let that energy get away from you, because we've got our Sun square Pluto. This means that things are going to be hard to get a long-term vision. You may have trouble breaking through in communications with people. However, we got Venus trine Mars, which brings in some aspects of excitement and attention, a little bit of flirtation. And we've got Venus trine Saturn, which means, you know, basically keep your focus, you know, have fun along the way. Don't expect a lot of breakthroughs. People today may be hesitant to commit to long-term projects with you. So, you know, if in terms of work this, you know, today particularly, just focus on being patient, focus on now. You know, if you go into your boss today and you say, hey, I got a great plan for the next 6 months, how we can move things forward, may not be well received today, may not be open to it. You know, Sun square Pluto really kind of puts brakes on things. But it's not a totally negative thing, because we have these other aspects, which mean that whatever you start, it'll still be in motion, okay? Now, when we go into Tuesday, we've got our moon moving into Aquarius. Actually, we're still in Aquarius, sorry. We are in Aquarius today, and we'll be in Aquarius tomorrow. We've got that Venus trine Mars aspect, which is really favorable. And we've got Mars, again, conjunct Saturn. What this means for tomorrow is build strong relationships, build foundations for love and for business. You may not see absolute success tomorrow, but you have the energy to start a solid foundation. So practice patience. This whole week, really, honestly, it's going to be patience, patience, patience. Because as we go into Wednesday, we've got our sun still square Pluto. We've got our moon square Jupiter and Mars conjunct Saturn. What this means is that there will ultimately be breakthroughs. So keep plugging away at your projects. Patience wins, okay? Sun square Pluto, again, makes it hard for people to commit or to move forward. But that moon square Jupiter, even though square is usually a negative aspect, it does mean a little delay, but it means ultimately there will be blessing. Whenever Jupiter appears, it's always a sign of success. So if Wednesday comes and you're still kind of in these discussions, not having a lot of breakthrough, be patient because you will ultimately get breakthrough here, okay? Once we go into Thursday, again, I hate to tell you, we still have that Sun square Pluto going on, but our moon is moving into Pisces. And what that's going to do, that's going to give everybody just a little psychic boost to keep the focus and see your way through. So as I'm saying, today through Thursday, you're going to feel like, everything you propose gets put on hold. Don't let that stop you. Go ahead and push. Follow your intuition. I'll tell you why. Because when we get to Friday, okay, our moon, instead of being in a block position with Jupiter, goes trine Jupiter. That opens the floodgates of prosperity, the floodgates of success. We've got Venus trine Mars. That means powerful communication, a little flirtation along the way. This will be Friday, I say, our breakthrough day in money and in love. So, you might be working on a project at work, or maybe if you're looking for a job and you've been going to interviews and you're just not getting anything, by Friday you should get some resolution, okay? Now, when we go into Saturday, it's time to celebrate. And you know what? We've got a lot of love energy. Our sun, as you know, is in Aries right now. Our moon moves into Aries. This is going to be the Aries power day. So you Aries, anything you want to really accomplish, set your sights on Saturday as your breakthrough day and really go for it. We've got our sun conjunct Uranus on Saturday. And Uranus is an interesting planet because it brings in kind of offbeat behavior, zaniness, a little craziness. Not necessarily bad because this is a favorable aspect. It means breakthrough. And we got Venus again trine Mars. This is like instant romance. For those of you who've been kind of hung up on love, saying, you know what, I just don't think I'm going to meet somebody, or I'm just not connecting, this Saturday is a good day to just throw caution to the wind and go out and try to meet people. Great social energy on Saturday, okay? Now, when we go into Sunday, we still have that Aries moon, which is bringing in that wonderful firepower. However, our moon is going to be square Saturn today. This may slow down communications. However, we've got Venus trine Pluto. And what that means is you want to let your heart lead you through all discussions, through romance, as well as business, okay? So, as I said, this is a little bit of a challenging week. We got a lot of different, things happening. Practice patience. Let the spirit lead. And as I always say, let that Zodiac wheel spin, because by the time we get to Friday, we're going to get things going again, okay? So be patient. Well, there are major transits. Now, guess what we're going to do? We're going to spin around our wheel and talk about horoscopes for every single sign. Listen up, because everybody watching this video, you will get a horoscope, okay? Now, if you're saying, say, Bob, I don't remember what sign I am. Not to worry. I'm going to give the birth dates for each zodiac sign after I announce the sign. So listen up, and when you hear the sign that has the birth date range where your birthday falls, that's your sign. Now, I always get it every week. People write me and say, well, Bob, I don't know which horoscope to listen to, because one astrologer said I'm an Aries and the other says I'm a Taurus. I'm on the cusp, I'm on the border. Well, what I say is, you know what, don't let that be a struggle, because I have a lot of cusp people call me and say, I don't like being a cusp. I never know what I am. Well, you know what, if you're a cusp, the truth is you're a little of both. So you get double the horoscope help. So listen to both, and you'll draw wisdom from each, okay? All right, well, let's go ahead and let's spin around our big wheel and see what's in the stars for you. All right, we're going to start on our wheel with Aries, and that's March 21st to April 20th. Aries, this week for you, it's all about romance. It's all about love. In the area of business, you may still be on hold. As you know, there's a lot of blocked energy. But don't worry about work as much as worry about your personal life, worry about relationships. I wouldn't say where I said put energy into it, because you have a lot of energy throughout the week to really move forward in the emotional area. So great time to focus on your dating or focus on your marriage, okay? In terms of business this week, it's going to be a little bit of a quiet week for Aries. So Aries, you just take some chill time. If you can take some breaks, take some vacation time or even personal days, go ahead and do that. Spend time with loved ones. This is where your focus should be this week. And this, you'll see a lot of success in the emotional area this week, okay? Also highlighted for Aries this week are issues connected to writing. So if you're an Aries, you've been wanting to write a book or write poetry, open yourself to writing this week. Your key word this week, Aries, is love. Love is in the air. Ooh. How we do this? Is that the heart symbol? Okay. Aries, the heart's for you. All right, our next sign is Taurus, April 21st to May 20th. Taurus, you're going to rock it in business this week. This is the money week for Taurus. A lot of people are going to be on hold, but Taurus, you are very brilliant. Trust your sense of timing. And all things business week this week, just let your inner sense lead. It'll come some situations for Taurus individuals where they're going to have facts on paper, but then their own intuition, and they may not match up. Go with your intuition. That will be your path to success. In the area of relationships this week, Taurus, also, it's just like you're a god or a goddess. Everybody loves you. So you're going to have a very strong week in romance. Be open to communications. There's a lot of air energy around Taurus, a lot of talking, a lot of social networking, and a lot of attraction. So enjoy this week. It's a breakthrough week for you. Also highlighted for Taurus this week are issues connected to long-term investments. So it might be a good time to talk to your broker about upping your 401k, buying some stocks, things like that, okay? Your keyword this week, Taurus, is success. All right, our next sign, Gemini, and that's May 21st through June 20th. Gemini, this week for you is all about foundation creation. You want to think in terms of long-term stability. As things in the business world may be a little on hold, this is a very good time for Geminis to evaluate their longer-term career goals. Other people around you, particularly like your bosses, may not be focused on that now. And it may be time for Geminis to say maybe it's time for some career options to look at, change, and even maybe go back to school and take up some extra skills. In the area of relationships, Gemini, this is also a very good week because you're going to have a sense of real connectivity with partners. And if you're a single Gemini, you're going to have a real sense of who you want to be with in a sense of stability. So Geminis, this is more of an introspective week, not so much high power, but definitely high power as far as inner wisdom and inner insight, okay? Also highlighted for Geminis this week are issues connected to the arts. So if you've been wanting to, study painting or do sculpting or something artistic, photography, explore that as well. That could be part of your long-term goal for transition to a new career also, an artistic side. Your key word this week, Gemini, is build. All right, build those foundations. All right, our next sign, Cancer, that's June 21st to July 22nd. Cancers, you share a lot with Aries this week. You are in the winner circle. Cancers are going to find that like whatever they touch turns to gold. In work, it's like you can do no wrong. Now, don't let that go to your head, but know that you're in a place of power right now and exercise it carefully. We have a lot of Saturn influence this week, so that means, follow the wisdom. So don't just fly off of the handle because you know you can. Be very careful with your words, but you're in a position of power now. In the area of relationships also, Cancer, this is going to be a real time of connectivity with you. You're going to be very attuned to people you like. They're going to be attuned to you. Positive communication on all sides. So romance energy looks good for you. Definitely, even for those of you who are single, I think there's some dates coming. And for those of you in a relationship, ooh, it's going to the next level. You're going to have a rocking week. Also highlighted for Cancers this week are issues connected to travel. So you might want to take that special someone and just go to some far-flung corner of the world and just see something new. Your keyword this week, Cancer, is breakthrough. All right, our next sign is Leo, and that's July 23rd to August 22nd. Leos, you are like worshipful this week. People think you are God. And you know what? Just allow that to be. Their perception means they have confidence and trust in you. And you're going to find, particularly in the work, that you don't want to vacillate. Don't sit and say, well, maybe this, maybe that. I don't know. Make a position, stick with it, and follow it through. It'll lead to success because all the planetary alignments around you show that people trust you, and that trust will manifest in tangible ways. In the area of relationships, same thing. Leo, you've got to be a little careful, though, in romance this week because people may so idolize you that they have a false illusion, and when you show who you really are, they can go crazy and say, you lied to me. So be very careful with your words that you don't paint false scenarios, not intentionally, but unintentionally. So try to keep, in terms of romance, things very simple, very grounded. You know, don't give in to flights of fancy because that person will take it as that's the norm. Try to keep it grounded, and you'll have a better time with romance this week, okay? Also highlighted for Leos this week are issues connected to housing decor, like redesigning your house, renovating, painting, new furniture, stuff like that. Your key word this week, Leo, is idolize. You will be idolized. Okay. All right, not a bad position. How many of us get to be an idol in our lives, huh? You got it this week, Leo. Run with it. All right, our next sign is Virgo, August 23rd to September 22nd. Virgos, I'm hearing ka-ching around you this week. This is the money week for Virgos. Virgos are really going to find that, this week that they're bringing in the cash, okay? Look for things like bonuses, promotions, and if you're unemployed looking for a job, looks like there'll be breakthrough around Virgos in job opportunities. So you're going to start to see the cash flow increase. Have fun with it. You've earned it. Celebrate. In the area of relationships, also, Virgo, you're going to find it's like feast or famine. Some Virgos go through a long time with nobody even wanting to talk to them. Well, then all of a sudden there's a flood of everybody. And Virgo, this is just how it's going to be in relationship. If you've been alone thinking nobody likes me, well, this week you're going to have like 5 new, crushes following you around. So it's going to be one extreme or the other. But that's okay. Relish the attention. Have fun with it. This is your week to shine and to indulge. Also highlighted for Virgos, speaking of indulging, is it shows issues around luxury purchases. So you might want to take some of that extra bling or ching, or what do they call it, ka-ching, and buy yourself some bling. So treat yourself to some luxury. Fine jewelry, fine perfume, fine wine, whatever you enjoy. Give yourself some treats this week. Your key word this week, Virgo, is prosperity. Our next sign is Libra, September 23rd to October 22nd. Libras, this week for you, I have to tell you, it might be a little challenging because people around you are going to be wanting everything instantly. Give me this. I want this now. Now. Your challenge is to practice being a Libra. What that means is you always bring balance to every situation. And so this week, you really want to focus on just letting balance occur. Don't try to meet extremes of other people. People will say, I want all this done in 5 minutes. Well, it's going to take you 3 hours. Be upfront and say, you know what, I'd be happy to help you. Probably can't do it in 5 minutes. Probably going to take 3 hours. But as long as you're upfront with them, they'll receive that. There's a lot of air energy this week for positive communication. So even though people will be coming at you, respond in an even-keeled way, and you bring balance back to the situation, especially in that work situation. In relationships, also, you may find people a little impulsive, like in friendships as well as romance. People may be saying, pressing you for an answer. Do you want to be my boyfriend? Do you want to be my girlfriend? Now, I want to answer. Again, bring balance back to the situation. Sit down, talk things out. Libras are master communicators, and you're probably going to have to use communication skills to get people on your team this week so that they're not all going off, kind of half focused, okay? Also highlighted for Libras this week are issues connected to business development. So this is a good time for Libras to kind of expand a business if you have one, or develop a new business. So definitely be open to that creative process in business. Your key word this week, Libra, is centered. All right. Our next sign is Scorpio, and that's October 23rd to November 21st. Scorpios, I'm telling you, you and the Aries are going to be hanging out this week because you got love energy, okay? Scorpios, you're going to feel in love. Like, you may not even have a partner, but you're going to feel like you're in a relationship. You're going to wake up with that romantic feeling, loving the world, feeling happy. Allow that energy just to go through you, because what it is, it's opening your heart to future relationships, especially for those of you who are single. Now, if you're in a relationship, this is wonderful because literally you're going to fall in love with your partner all over again. It's like going back to when you first met. So this is going to be kind of a sentimental week for Scorpios, a week of feeling young and carefree and just full of the world is your oyster. So enjoy that experience. In the area of work, maybe a little challenging this week. I say that because it may be hard to be focused on work. All that love energy has you looking out the window rather than at the ledger sheet. So this might be a good week for Scorpios to have some personal days, try to get out of the office a little early and spend time with that special person. And if you're not in a relationship, you're going to draw people to you. So make time to be present to meet people as well. Also highlighted for Scorpios this week are issues connected to housing purchases. So it might be a good time to look at some real estate, maybe get a new home or a condo. So there you go. Your key word this week, Scorpio, is romance. Just relish in it. All right. Our next side is, let's see here, Sagittarius, and that's November 22nd through December 21st. Sagittarius, you usually are very methodical, very ordered. You have kind of a reasoning behind your actions. This week, you might just want to throw that out the window. People around you are going to be a little zany, not necessarily in a bad way, but it's going to require you to kind of jump into the fray and yourself, let your creativity and your insane side come out. A little insanity is good. And this week for Sagittarius, you're going to kind of break with your kind of ordered life and be a little crazy. This is opening up creativity. In the work life, what you're going to see is you got to think outside the box. So it's not the same old routine. This week you're going to do things differently. It's going to get mixed up. Just be open to that and roll with it. You won't have any conflicts. And your boss will love the ideas that you come up with. In the area of relationships also, Sagittarius, this is going to be a lot of flirtation this week. And especially for you single Sagittarius, it's going to be like, wink, wink to everybody. So, have fun, just flirt with people, make it a fun week. Now, for those of you who are in marriages, don't be flirting with other people, but you can flirt with your spouse. So it's going to be a romantic week for those of you who are in relationships or married. Also highlighted for Sagittarius this week are issues connected to creative writing. So let some of that creative energy let you do something. Maybe write a song or a poem. Okay. Your key word this week, Sagittarius, is offbeat. Is that 2 words or 1? Offbeat. I think it's 2. Oh, well, we're going to make it 1. Offbeat. All right. Our next sign is Capricorn, December 22nd to January 19th. Capricorn, you are usually very brilliant planners. You're very grounded people. You see the future. You roll with it. I have to tell you, this week, it's a little different energy. You're not going to be able to get your ducks in a row. Like Capricorns are good at planning the next 6 months ahead. This week, you got to scrap that and just focus on literally day by day. Because what you're going to see around you, particularly in work, is that things are in fluid motion. Capricorns are surrounded by a lot of energy right now that is similar but to the Sagittarius in that it's kind of zany energy, offbeat energy. And so the standard organized formal approach isn't going to work for you. So in work, literally limit your focus to day by day. Be prepared to do 180-degree turns. Don't let that stress you out. The secret to maneuvering it is just flow with it and don't be attached to your view, because around you guys, what you're going to see is a lot of people are coming in, particularly in business situations, that will change up things. So you may be on one project going a certain way, and suddenly we're canceling that, we're starting a new path. Just roll with it, okay? And you'll be fine. In the area of relationships, this is actually one area where there will be more stability. So at the end of the zany workday, Capricorns can go home, and in terms of their personal relationships, that should be very stable and very comforting this week. So draw nourishment from those who you love, and let those relationships be the strength that keep you focused during your zany work week, okay? Also highlighted for Capricorns this week are issues connected to media production. So if you're a Capricorn, you've been wanting to kind of start a YouTube channel or do some videos or, something like that, kind of mix with social media, be open to that. Your key word this week, Capricorn, is now. Just focus on now. Don't worry about tomorrow. All right, our next sign is Aquarius, January 20th to February 18th. Aquarius, you also have a similar energy here to the Capricorns. It's not going to work to try to get people to see your vision. Aquarians tend to be people of vision. They always can see 1,000 years ahead. And they'll tell people, well, we should build communities this way because in 100 years, they're going to need this and this and this. People aren't hearing it this week, Aquarius. Just deal with what's in front of you. Aquarius, you'll find that, don't delay stuff. Whatever's on your plate, deal with it now. Procrastination will not work for you this week. If you got a project to do and it's in front of you, don't say, well, I'll do it tomorrow. Do it now, and then you'll have success, okay? So the immediate is what is serving Aquariuses. In the area of relationships also, Aquarius, this week, it's going to be similar energy. It's like, if you're like thinking about talking to a partner, say, for example, about your long-term relationship goals, well, they're not going to get that because right now they're thinking about, well, what are we doing today? Are we going to go to the movies today? Are we going to dinner tonight? That's where you're going to have to keep your discussions in personal life. It's like what you're doing that day. Don't try to say, well, honey, in 6 months, maybe we could look at, buying a second house. They're not going to hear it, okay? They're like, what are you talking about? I don't want to think about that. So keep it very simple, very focused. That will get you through, okay? And for Aquarians, this may be a little challenging this week because your natural vision is always ahead, and you're going to be surrounded by people who aren't necessarily seeing ahead. So be patient with yourself, be patient with them, and, try to keep them focused on now, and you'll be okay, all right? Also highlighted for Aquariuses this week are issues connected to travel. So good time to jump on a plane and see a different perspective. Your key word this week, Aquarius, is immediate. What is immediate? Focus on that. All right, our next sign, Pisces, February 19th to March 20th. Pisces, this week for you, you may feel like you're hitting some blocks in business and in personal relationships. Don't let that stress you out. The secret is your psychic senses. You need to feel your way through negotiations in business, feel your way through discussions in romance. This is a situation where what's on paper may not necessarily add up with the people you're working with. So no matter what you see before you, go within and see if it aligns. This will get you out of a lot of problems, and it'll give you breakthrough because people are going to sense that you're paying attention to them. And they want to hear how you feel about stuff. So share your emotions, share your insights. Don't be rigid this week, particularly with business, because what you'll find is when you hit those rocky spots in work where it's like, well, nobody's bending, you feel your way and you'll know how to maneuver and just get in so you can get your point through, okay? That's going to be the secret. Feel your way through love, feel your way through business, and then you'll rock it, okay? Also highlighted for Pisces this week or issues connected to exercise and exercise regimens. So it's a good time for you, as you know, to feel your inner sense about what your body wants. So honor that through exercise. Nourish your body through good food. Honor yourself, honor your body, feel your inside, and focus on balance physically, emotionally, and mentally. And you'll rock it this week. Your keyword this week, Pisces, is soul. Work from the soul. Oh my gosh, guys, can you believe it? We spun around our big wheel. Wasn't that fun? I am so glad you're here. Listen, I have to say it. You know, I always say it. If you're in a challenging time in your life, do not give in to despair. Just pause and look to the stars. The zodiac above us is always in motion. And as it spins each day, it brings new alignments and new blessings. So the stars never control nor compel us, but they are allies on the way to bless our journey. So keep faith, hope, and love in your heart. Look to the stars, and you're going to make it through. You guys are best. Listen, thank you for being here today. I love you guys. You are the best. Thanks for all your wonderful support. Listen, I still need your support. I need you to like this video, favorite it, share it with your friends, and hit subscribe. Be part of our channel. We'd love you to be here. Listen, also, for those who've been asking, yes, I still have books available. You can go to my website, robert-heckman.com. The link will be in the info box below. And pick up some of my books. We got Ouija Mysteries. You know, on Saturday we had our Ouija board seance. So if you want to learn more about that, you might want to pick up. This is my book I wrote about my work as a psychic with the Ouija board. You can get it over at my website, okay? We also got Psychic Bob's Book of Wiccan Wisdom. Talks about my life as a Wiccan and what that's about. And also Messages from Rose about my work with my spirit guide Rose. So all of these and more are available over at my website. The links will be below. And if you want to get on my schedule for a private reading, I still have a few openings this week. Call my office, 571-483-2112, or you can write to me at my email, readings@robert-heckman.com. Again, the links for all this will be in the box below this video. You guys are best. Listen, thanks for being here. And we'll see you back here tomorrow on Tuesday. What's Tuesday? Messages from the Spirit World. Don't want to miss it. We'll see you then. I love you guys. Keep it here at Spirit Channel. And remember, hit that subscribe if you haven't done so. Love you guys. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Until then, may you always blessed